Another 5 miles, another 300 push-ups. Today is I think day 29. Day 30 is coming up. I give a summary of what's going on. Anyway, sad. What is sad? Sad is stress, anxiety, and depression. People are going through things. Yeah, things are going pretty haywire right now. So there are a lot of people who feel sad, stress, anxiety, and depression. And they're trying to figure out a way of dealing with it, but instead they're coping with it. They're coping with it by using sex, alcohol, drugs, food, and work. They can be using sports, social media, they're doing a lot of sleeping. One of the ways to cure, or not even, let me say cure is too strong, because you're always going to go through a sad moments. One of the ways of dealing with being sad, stressed, anxiety, and depression is to reset. You have to reset your subconscious mind. You've been living so long under sad, stress, anxiety, and depression for so long, it's like part of your personality. Part of your personality is to be sad. And that's sad. No pun intended. That's just sad. That's part of your personality, is to be like always in this mood. And it's like, that's not good. It's not good for stress. It's not good for your body, not good for your mind. Why are you going through this? The answer is simple. However, the process is complex. Being that your subconscious mind is running like two different programs at the same time. And because it's running those two different programs, they're always going to collide with each other. You have the conditioning that you had when you're born. You've been conditioned. You've been conditioned to do a certain thing, move a certain way. But at the same time, your subconscious already has a program which how your life should be. Now, if those two things work out with each other, then great. If those two things don't work out with each other, that's when the stress, anxiety, and depression comes in. That's why so many people are going through it, because they're trying to run both these programs. Just like they said, you can't have two masters. Exactly. You can't have two masters. So what are you going to do? Are you going to run the conditioning program, or are you going to run a program which is best for you? Let's say it that way. The program that's best for you, and there's a program you've been conditioned with. They're two different things. What are you going to do? So when I talk about the solution to being sad, when I talk about the reset, you're going to have to reset your mind, because you can't run both of these programs. You've been trying to. The whole, go to school, get out of school, get a job, get married, have kids, get a house, live happily ever after, that whole Disney movie crap, that whole, everything works out for the better good. The good guys always win, the bad guys always lose. In real life, that doesn't happen that way. And you're trying your best to make that work. It's like trying to put that with the square peg into a round hole. That's what you've been trying to do most of your life, and it's not working. What are you going to do? The reset. The reset is going to reset your programming. It's going to reset your mind to better accommodate what you want to do, to better accommodate how you want your life to be, not the conditioning that you were under from being a child. So with that being said, sounds easy, right? Yeah. But it's more complex to actually execute on that. It's like people want a microwavable process, but we live in an oven world. Let me say it again. People want a microwavable process, but we live in an oven world, which means things are going to take time, and you have to trust the process. You didn't get to where you were overnight. It's not going to be fixed overnight. What's the plan? What's your plan? You want to keep praying for it? Prayer is not going to work for an internal problem. You're looking externally for an internal problem. That's not going to work. You're praying for something that you already know the answer to. You just don't want to execute on that answer. It's that simple. You want to lose weight? Come outside. Walk. Pineapples. Drink some water. Eat less food. You already know the answers. But they always say, faith without works is dead. People love throwing that around. But you look at their lives, they're not doing anything. They're praying, what I call the MVP, and they're manifesting vision boards and prayer. PhD, prayer, hope, and dream. Nothing's getting done. They believe that motion is progress. And those are two different things. Motion and progress are two different things. Merry-go-rounds have motion in a circle. Progress, straight line. Two different things. Stop confusing those two and putting those two together. Life doesn't work that way. Don't you figure that out by now? But, 80% of people are deaf, dumb, and blind. 80% of people are not going to be able to listen to this and comprehend. 80% of people already clicked off. 80% of people are just not going to get it. 20% of people are going to get it, but they're not going to execute. 6% of people are actually going to execute and they're going to do it. They're going to be the ones who are out here in the woods, eating pineapples, drinking the water. %. You got to ask yourself, are you going to be part of that 6%? Or are you just going to be like the 80% who are deaf, dumb, and blind? That's something for you to answer. But I gave you the answer. The answer is to reset. The answer is to execute. The answer is to reset, reprogram your subconscious mind. Your conditioning is not working. Your conditioning is causing you to be sad, which is stress, anxiety, and depression. That's what's happening to you right now. And if you don't do nothing about it, nobody's coming to save you either, man. Nobody's coming to save you. You're just going to be out here floating in the wind, staying on that merry-go-round. I'm going to do the same process over and over again. Right now it's what? Spring? Summer will be here. Kids will be out of school. Once the 4th of July hit, it's a wrap. I'm telling you right now, the 4th of July is a wrap. Once the 4th of July hit, the rest of the year is cooked. Why? Because kids are going to be going soon back to school. Holidays will be here. The rest of the year is a wrap. So if you don't start working on that now, you might as well start in 2026. 2026, man. 2026. Hey, help me to help you to help us. It's called the reset. You gotta reset your subconscious mind so you can get through this process. Wow.